Secret show, secret show. Does anybody know it's the secret show? I don't think people know. It is the secret show. I don't think people know. It's the secret show. The show secreta. That sounds like it's secreting something. It's I don't think that's a good idea. That's all right. They'll understand. Oh my goodness, I think it's time to start the show. I guess we gotta do that thing. All right.
Oh, it's been said a bard's life can often be a hard life, or hill and jail to rove and always move from town to town. And some folk have inquired if ever we grow tired of ranging all around the world and never settling down.
But one should be a little wary of remaining stationary, 'cause comfortable is lovely, but it's not the way we grow. When life starts to unravel, pick up your pack and travel. You'll find a strange serenity in places you don't know. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. You've got no map for showing which direction you are going.
But why start on a journey if you know where it will end?
And once you recognize,
to anticipate surprise, you'll relish every twist and turn that lies around the bend. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. The world has got its demons. There are many reasons why you'd find it harder to be brave than be afraid. But every life could use some danger. Every friend was once a stranger. Ships are safe in harbor, but that's not why ships are made. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee, da-dee, a-fwit-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Da-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Adventures waiting further down the road. Let's go! Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie.
Crafting, crafting, crafting with Joshi and Cubby. What will we make today? What is the dice of the day? Crafting, creating, collaborating. What would an octopus say? Trivia questions, hooray! Creating, clickbaiting, can't hardly waiting for the crafting show. A crafting show with Cubby and Shoshi.
And just a reminder about Sticker It to the Man. Visit it, get some cool stuff. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the crafting show. Good to see you all here. It's a great day. Sure, it can be a great day. Despite everything, let's have a great day. Let's try and make somebody else's day great. That's what I'm going to try and do today with all of you. Hopefully we can all make our days great. Yeah, that sounds right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another wonderful crafting show. It's going to be me today. Kitty might be joining us later. We've got some fun crafting things, as you can see. Oh, my hand almost matches up. Oh, so close. So close. Some wonderful crafting things for us today. And our usual color harmony book. We're through the colors, so we're gonna have to pick something else. And some trivia. Yeah, so we're gonna have a good time. I may need to end the stream a little bit early because I may need to go pick something up that is time dependent. But I'm waiting for a call, so we'll see. But I think I'll be able to do the whole thing. We'll figure it out. It'll all be good. Wonderful. I'm just enjoying some coffee. How's everyone's day going so far? Hopefully pretty good. Hopefully pretty well. I hear some people have gotten a cool new haircut. Just a rumor that I heard. Looks great. Yeah, well, let's get started. Let's get started with our lovely day. Let's start off with some color harmony. I love starting off with that. One moment though, real quick, I just realized I didn't close my little sound curtain. I'm gonna go do that right now, just because it helps with sound and things. Because occasionally, even though gas powered, I'm so graceful. Even though gas-powered leaf blowers are supposedly you're not supposed to use in our neighborhood, people use them and they make a lot of noise. That's the story. All right, let's see. So we went through all the colors in this coloring book. One of the things they have that I like is, well, you know what? Let's just start from the beginning. Let's see. There's an introduction. I think we already read that. There's stuff about the color wheel, stuff about how to use color. All right, yeah. Let's start with how to use color. We might already know this, but I'm curious to see what it has to say. I might read this and then one other thing. So this is how the color theory book says how to use color. Working with color to achieve intended results can be a challenge, but it can also be fun. An effective color scheme can make a room feel warm and inviting, a graphic design able to attract attention, or a poster to recall days gone by. By learning what colors to use in order to achieve the best results, you must first understand some basic color terms. Each primary, secondary, and tertiary hue is at a level of full saturation or brightness, which means there is no black, white, or gray added. Color is described in terms of value, which measures the lightness or the darkness of a color, or the relative amount of white or black in a hue. White added in increments to any of the 12 colors results in lighter values of the hue called tints. For example, pink is a tint of the primary color red. Oh, I didn't know that was like the definition of tint. All right, that makes sense. The incremental addition of black or gray in a hue results in darker values known as shades. A shade of red is burgundy or maroon. These shades and tints are illustrated by the color chart on the following pages. Whoa. So it goes from tints to shades. That's fun. Oh, and there's the other colors. That's fun. All right. So then, oh, this is fun. Okay. So it's got like hot or cold colors. So we're going to start with hot. We're going to do hot. Next week we'll do cold. All right. So hot. Hot refers to red in full saturation on the color wheel, red at its strongest. Hot colors project outward and attract attention. For this reason, red is often used in graphic signage and design. Hot colors are strong and aggressive and seem to vibrate within their own space. The power of hot colors affects people in many ways, such as increasing blood pressure and stimulating the nervous system. There we go. There we go. That's hot. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do hot and cold because they're short. And then next week we'll do warm and cool because they're pretty short. So this is cold. So that was hot. This is cold. Cold refers to fully saturated blue. At its brightest, it is dominating and strong. Cold colors hint at ice and snow. The feelings generated by cold colors, blue, green, and blue-green, are the direct opposite of those generated by hot colors. Cold blue slows the metabolism and increases one's sense of calm. When placed next to each other, cold and hot colors vibrate like fire and ice. Yeah. There we go. All right. Well, that's fun. We'll keep going on our little color journey there. We did hot and cold. Next time we'll do warm and cool. And if I forget what I said, somebody remind me. Awesome. So the crafts I have today are, I thought I would get out the kinsukuroi, which I haven't done in a while. Closer that way. There we go. Boop. Cool. Which I haven't worked with in a while, which is this, the idea that you can repair things that have broken with little bits of gold. It's a Japanese art form, although it's probably, it's pretty ancient. There we go. And I have this kit, and this is a kit I got that is a food safe kit. Unlike the other one, which I used first, which was not food safe. So we're going to be using the food safe one. This one also has some nice, if you're like missing a piece, which we may be with this piece, you can make some extra stuff. Those are just little practice pots. So we have the gold there. We've got our medium, which it's food safe. I believe it's made from cashews, which is kind of cool unless you're allergic to cashews, but I'm not. So that's what we're going to use. Cool. So, but we'll get to that in a little bit. I just have a few things that need to be repaired. So I thought I could work on some repairs for that today. Oh, that's great. I'd love to take an actual class on it because I'm just making it up, reading the directions. That's pretty cool. And you can do it in the garden. That's very nice. That's very nice. But we'll get to that in a little bit because I think let's start out with some trivia. I have some 2 good trivia cards. We'll probably do one now and then one later, as is our way. As is our way. No, they are not dishwasher safe or microwave safe. I don't believe they're either dishwasher or microwave safe, which makes sense. But that's fine because neither of these dishes were microwave or dishwasher safe beforehand. So it won't be changing anything. This one, I'm especially sad that it broke because it was really perfect for when we had guests over and we needed something to put like crackers in, because crackers fit like perfectly right there next to the cheese plate. And I think I dropped it. I don't remember how it broke, but it did. But we can fix them. And then I also have this beautiful plate, which is gorgeous and already has some gold leaf on it. So if I'm going to repair it, I might as well do it with the gold. I think it'll work out really perfectly. It's with this beautiful set here that has a bunch of plates with like these beautiful pastel colors and the gold leaf on them. We have a set of 4 and one of them broke. So hopefully I'll be able to fix that and make it look as nice. Oh yeah, I bet, because you actually have to like melt gold, which I don't have that. Or is it actual? I don't know. That's, yeah, sounds much more difficult. Sounds more difficult than what I have for my little setup up here. Yeah, like this golden powder, like I don't think it actually has actual gold in it. I don't think. I'd be very surprised if it did, considering what I paid for it. But it did say that this was food grade safe. So that's good. I don't want to poison anybody. Or myself. You know. All right, so let's do some, as the prophecy foretold, let's do some trivia. And then we will do some crafting. Yay! So if you've never played trivia before or you need a refresher, this is how we play. I will read the questions. We'll do all the answers at the end. If you think so that everyone can play, I will try and pause because I know there's a delay. If you know the answer or think you know the answer, put it in the chat. We're all playing together, so if anyone gets it wrong, we all lose. But if anyone gets it right, we all win. Just like life. Yeah. All right. That is, those are not, is that the, yeah, all right. This is the one I chose. Okay. Yeah. All right. Interesting. What capital, all right, this is people and places. What capital city sports a suburb called Montreal? Montreal. Not Montreal. Montreal. I'll spell it in the chat. Montreal. 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 What capital city sports a suburb called Montreal? So it's a capital city. Doesn't say what country. I'm gonna say Montreal. Just because it would be funny if Montreal had a suburb called Montreal. Montreal. I don't know if Montreal is a capital city though. Do other countries have capital cities? What does a capital city mean? I know. It's very, very, very wide range. Very wide ranging. Yeah, I'm going to say Montreal just because that's funny to me. What is a capital city, though? What makes something a capital city? They just decide? Does it mean that that's where the seat of government is? That's not a bad guess. That's a pretty good guess. Yeah. I think Toronto is a capital city. I don't know. We'll find out. Interesting. All right. Arts and entertainment. What Steven Soderbergh film did Frank DeCaro call the Victoria's Secret version of Silkwood? I know who Steven Soderbergh is. I believe he's a director. Don't know who Frank DeCaro is. I know what Victoria's Secret is, but I don't know what Silkwood is. But I'm guessing it's implying it's like a sexy version of another movie. I don't know if I feel like I didn't, this isn't a card I chose. I feel like these questions aren't questions that we would know the answer to. Oh yeah, 100%. This isn't the one I chose. I'm gonna not continue with this card because none of these questions are good. And I literally didn't pick this one, so I don't know why it's there. Do you care if I don't continue with that one? I'll give the answers to the first two questions. I'm just like, why? I didn't choose that one. So the Paris has a suburb called Montreal, and the Aaron Brockovich is the Steven Soderbergh film. The Victoria's Secret version of that's a terrible, dumb. We're doing a different card. Not excited about these questions. Not the one I chose. This is the one I chose. All right. Is it? I thought I had a good one. Why am I not happy with that one? Sorry, y'all. I went through all these. I like to pick one with like fun questions, like things we don't know. But yeah. Where's the one I chose? One moment. Hold, please. Hold, please. Whoa, okay. This one. This is the one. Okay. This is the one for sure. Okay. Reset. Start over again. Pretend that didn't happen. Okay. Now we're back. People and places. What? Europe. Oh, thank you. Yeah. We just started. People and places. What European nation hosts mosquito swatting, boot tossing, and cell phone throwing contests every summer? I wonder if that's still true. because this card's from like 2005, 2006, something like that. What European nation hosts mosquito swatting, boot tossing, and cell phone throwing contests every summer? So it needs to be a place that gets lots of mosquitoes. Boot tossing, cell phone throwing, European nation. I'm gonna say like maybe Italy or Greece. But I might just be thinking Italy because of the boot. Because Italy's shaped like a boot. That's why they do boot tossing. The cell phone throwing is funny. Mosquito swatting, boot tossing, cell phone throwing. I'm going to say Italy. I don't know if that's right, but that's what I'm going to say. It's just because of the boot. It could be, but I don't think Japan is in Europe. It is, let's say, a European nation. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. Not sure if that's right, but I want to know. And then, oh, that's a really good guess. That might be true. I feel like they like throwing things. Yeah, and they have lots of lakes, so they probably have lots of mosquitoes. That's a good guess. All right. Next question. Arts and entertainment. What Three's Company, remember that show? What Three's Company regular starred in the first American Express Do You Know Me ad? I guess that was a big ad campaign, the American Express Do You Know Me ad campaign. Don't remember that one. Three's Company regular. Well, doesn't say star though, it says regular. Because I have a guess, but I would call her a star, not a regular. But maybe it's who I'm thinking of. What Three's Company regular starred in the first American Express Do You Know Me ad? I don't really know Three's Company as well. I don't know the people's names. Susan? There was a Susan, I think. I'm going to say Susan. Don't remember the last name. So I'm just going to go with Susan. If anyone knows the answer, put it in the chat. Okay. Next question. Let's see. History. What North African nation bought 900 tons of the explosive Semtex from Czechoslovakia in the 80s? When did Czechoslovakia become Czech Republic? What North African nation bought 900 tons of the explosive Semtex from Czechoslovakia in the 1980s? I mean, what's the big deal? It was North Africa. Maybe Morocco in the 80s. Yeah, maybe Egypt. Maybe it was just straight up Egypt. Morocco. Libya? I don't know. Good question. Good guesses all around. Next question. Science and nature. How many landing wheels are there on the typical glider? How many landing wheels are there on the typical glider? I'm guessing that's an airplane. One? Just one? One wheel? How do you land with only one wheel? That can't be right. A unicycle? A uniplane? It's got to be at least two, right? Oh, because it's a glider, so maybe it is only one. Yeah. I'd say, wow. That's very interesting. Also impressed that you know that. Very interesting. Next question. Sports and leisure. Who moved into Don Mattingly's old house and into his spot at first base in 1996? Don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's baseball because it mentions a base. I know Don Mattingly was a baseball player, but that's interesting. Moving into the house and taking over the position in the baseball. I don't know who that is, but that's cool. Who moved into Don Mattingly's old house and into his spot at first base in 1996? 96. Don't know. If only It's Yesterday's Night was here. They usually know. Oh, was it who? Bonnie Deseret? In 1996? That might be right. Interesting. And wild card. Ha 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 ha. Third base. What? Next question. Last question. Wild card. What kind of creature was Jorge, who tried to lure swimming humans out to sea to mate with him off of Britain's Dorset coast in 2002? What? Also, they spell the creature. Here, I'll write it in the chat for you. So I originally thought that, I don't know if that's pronounced George's or Jorge. Because I would say Jorge, but then it said it's Britain's Dorset coast. And they pronounce fillets fillets. So it might be George's. What kind of creature was Geogers? That's how you pronounce it. Geogers, who tried to lure swimming humans out to sea to mate with him off of Britain's Dorset coast in 2002. I'm guessing it's like a dolphin of some kind? Or a porpoise? I think manatees. Are there sea manatees? Can manatees be freshwater? Or I know they like freshwater. Can they also do seawater? Can they do both? feel like maybe they can do both. Do they get that far up? I know they have manatees in Florida. Oh, a seagull. That's an interesting answer. That might be right. All right, well, you know what? Let's find out. Answers. What will they be? Answers. Let's see. What European nation hosts mosquito swatting, boot tossing, and cell phone throwing contests every summer? Finland. Finland has mosquito swatting, boot tossing, and cell phone throwing contests every summer. I don't know if they still do, but that's in Finland. Didn't even consider Finland. I feel like Germany was pretty close to Finland. And Arson Entertainment. What Three's Company regular starred in the first American Express Do You Know Me ad? Norman Fell. Norman Fell. Don't know who that is. Oh, that was Mr. Roper. Okay. And he was in an American Express ad. All right. Okay. Good to know. I'm glad somebody knows. History. What North African nation bought 900 tons of the explosive Semtex from Czechoslovakia in the 1980s? Libya. Oh, I guess I should have known that from Back to the Future? Is that why they were scared of the Libyans? I mean, I'm not that worried about them. Science and Nature. How many landing wheels are there on the typical glider? 1. Boom, 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 boom. Nice. 1. Amazing. Sports and leisure. Who moved into Don Mattingly's old house and into his spot at first base in 1996? Tino Martinez. Don't know who that is, but Tino Martinez. And last question, wild card. What kind of creature was Geogers who tried to lure swimming humans out to sea to mate with him off Britain's Dorset coast in 2002? It was a dolphin. A dolphin. No, it's I think George's or Jorge. That I put it in the chat how they spelled it, so I don't know how they pronounced it. But I'm gonna pronounce George Geoger from now on because I just am. Yay, we did it! Trivia. Great job, everybody. You always hear about dolphins towing people to shore, but never the ones who take people out to sea. Exactly. And what did that? Well, humans love dolphins. So this dolphin's probably like, hey, come out to sea with me. Yeah, come on out to sea. We'll have a great time. Yeah, it'll be fine. And then tried to mate with them. That's incredible. Go dolphins. Wow. Yeah, yeah. Tino Martinez. Why is it a joke? Tino Martinez? I don't get why it would be. I don't understand why that would be. Oh, okay. The Tino is probably a nickname. Yeah. Yeah, like Tino Martino. Yeah. Yeah. I see. Yeah. Gotcha. Sweet. We did it. We did it, everybody. Trivia. Hooray. So now let's see about some crafting. I don't know if I necessarily need to do quiet crafting, but we'll do some crafting. Let's bring this on to the stage. And I'm gonna like talk my way through this because it's been a while since I've done this before. So I'll put on some gloves because they say you should put gloves on. And I'm very bad about putting gloves on. So, there we go. Yeah. Is that Tino is short for Constantino? That makes sense. All right, so first thing we need to do is make sure that there's how these pieces are gonna fit together. And if we have enough pieces, and if I need to like make some, all right, so that fits together pretty nicely right there. And then I'm guessing that goes there. So there are some little missing pieces we have to be aware of. That's gonna go there. And as I learned last time, you really have to go like little piece by little piece. All right, so I'm gonna go, I think I'm gonna start, I'll start with this piece right here. And that seems to fit pretty darn well. And then it gets a little more complicated because I think that piece is like there. Let's see. And also, can I put any of these pieces together and then attach it? Because this is clearly like the corner piece, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that seems to fit. I'm pretty sure right there. There's a little gap there we might have to fill. All right, so if that goes there, does that, and that fits nicely right into there. All right, so that's the first one I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start with that one right there. And you wanna mix up just a little bit of it because it does, I'm gonna kind of make it as I go because it does tend to dry fairly quickly, if I recall from last time. I also haven't used this in a while, so hopefully I'll be able to actually get everything apart and be able to, because that's pretty stuck on there. All right, that locks into place, and that should just pop out, I'm guessing. I might need to get a little tool to help me pop that out there. Nope, I got it. So I like, it's in like two separate little vials, it looks like. And then you like press, you put that into it and then it presses it out because it doesn't activate until it touches each other. So I'm just gonna do a little bit. I've got little stir sticks here. So you put that in there, and then you add a little bit of the gold powder, and then basically you kind of like use it right away. All right. So you want to make sure you get an even amount. It looks like this one side is a little stuck. So let me see if I can get that other side flowing. Because if it's just the one side, it's not gonna mix up so well. Come on. I think they're both going. I might need to get a little. Yeah, see, the one side is coming out, but I don't think the other side really is. So one momento. I'm going to grab like a paper clip or something, or I might be able to use. That's a pretty hard little plastic thing. I might be able to get it out of there. Yeah, are you flowing now, or are you just your neighbor coming over there? Yeah, I'll need to get like a little something, because there's something stuck in the one side and it's got to be even. So one moment while I very gracefully get out of this couch and find something I can. Perfect. Bobby pin. Oh, there we go. Let's see if I can wedge that down in there and loosen up that side. That might work. That did it. We'll try and do the same amount on the other side. There we go. All right. That seems equal to me, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Put that back in there so that it doesn't dry up. Let's mix that up a little. I'm just making a tiny, tiny little bit because I just need it on that teeny, tiny little piece there. Oh yeah, okay, I can tell that's activating. It definitely like gives off an odor. And actually, I should probably open a window, honestly, because I think it says you're supposed to. So I'm going to do that. Like, this room is pretty open, but I don't want to have any fumes. Okay. That seems like it's activating. Mixing up pretty well. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't smell great. All right, so it kind of turns a little like white a little bit. And then let's tiny bit of gold powder in there. I'm just using like a tiny bit. Mix that up. That's looking pretty nice. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. All right. Just making sure I get every little bit of it. All right, and now we're gonna just put a little bit there on that one edge. You don't want too much, but you want enough that when you stick the two pieces together, it'll kind of like bleed out a little bit and give you that, give you that nice little gold line that you want. It seems to be coming together pretty well. Here we go. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. Yeah, I mean, maybe I should wear a mask. I'm right by an open window though. All right, cool. But it doesn't seem to be, I remember last time I did this and it stuck a lot better than this is sticking now, which makes me concerned that I don't have an equal ratio. Of stuff. So I'm gonna give this like another minute, and if it doesn't start to like bond, I might have to redo the mix. But I'm pretty happy with how that looks. It's like a nice, yeah, see? When I did it before, it stuck pretty instantly. So I think maybe I didn't get enough of the one side. So I'm gonna take a second. Hopefully I'm not too late. Maybe I can get a little of just the one side that didn't have enough on it. All right, let's see if that's enough. Try and equal it out on that side. Come on. Yeah, that side's like really stuck for some reason. Well, if this doesn't work out, I'll do a different craft. I have a backup one. Just in case. That one comes out very easily. Oh, that sounds like it's got some movement to it. We're getting some flow to it. All right, let's see. Let's try this again. Mixing that up. Sometimes it's just a crafting fail, and you have to be okay with that. And I'm glad that you're all here with me to experience my failure together. Oh no, okay, that's working. Yeah, that feels way, way stickier than it did before. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I feel like that's much, much goopier and more like it's gonna bond some things together. All right, that's much better. Now, I'm gonna put a little bit there. I may or may not need more gold powder. And you can actually add, you can kind of rub the gold powder on afterwards, they said. So I'm just gonna see if this is gonna actually stick first, and then I will see about adding extra gold. Oh yeah, that's already sticking way, way better than it did before. Yeah. Way, way better. All right, yeah, that's much, much better. And then I can kind of add some gold powder. I'll add a little bit more. Let's add a little to you. And we'll add a little to you. Okay, good. Stick you and Becca together. There we go. I'm sure the people in that class of actually doing it would be like horrified at how I'm doing it. Because it's not correct at all. But that's okay. We're figuring it out. I mean, it doesn't look terrible though. Like, I don't hate how it looks. Yet all. As long as I can get it to stay there. And then that will go eventually like that. Okay, good. I think that's gonna work. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, good. Let me transfer this over so you can actually see what I'm doing here. Because when I did this before, kind of the problem I ran into was getting like putting it together in the wrong order, and then it like I got to a little like there was like a little wedge, and I was like, oh, I'm never going to be able to fit that in there. So I just want to make sure that that doesn't happen to me again. You kind of got to start. You got to do it kind of in the right order. All right, so that one says to me, is it there that one would go? Yeah, like you kind of got to figure out how they wedge together almost before you start putting it together. You mean like not what you did, Shoshi? Yeah, I mean like that. That seems pretty good though. It's not instant, like you have some wiggle room, which is good. All right, what about that little piece there? Is that where that goes? Yes, that one fits very well right there. Yeah, see, this is what I mean. You gotta like figure it out beforehand. Which, like, of course I'm not gonna do. All right, we're getting there. Okay, let's mix up this little new patch, which was better. See if we can use some of that before it dries up. Yeah, I'm just a master failing 1,000 times. That's it. Yeah, thanks. Yeah. What is the what is the place that a crafter goes when they mutter? The crafting place. She's gone to the crafting place. What does it mean? How's it gonna work out? Nobody knows. All right. And if we have to like start over again, you know what? That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And anyone who tells you there is wrong. It's a big old wrong. So I feel like that must match up with that there because it's got like a curve to it and it's not. Is it a big enough curve? Yeah, like it's got to be at the top part. So I'm guessing, is it like that? Is it, no, that can't be right. Where do you go, little friend? Are you there? Are you there? Oh, that might be right. Ooh, that's a crazy place for you to go. Ooh, that's hard. All right, I might figure out a different piece for that. I think I will put on a little bit of music. Yeah, a little sort of bit of quiet crafting, but please still feel free to say stuff in the chat. Let's get some nice music going. That's pretty nice. Or do we like this one? No, I hate that one. I like that one. I don't think we've had that one for a while. You kind of want to go from the bottom up. Ooh, those are okay. That goes in there. Okay. Alright. So that made it. We wasted too much time. And that's definitely solidified. That's fine. I'm actually fine starting over again. We got the wrong mix anyway. So I want to get the right ratio of things, which hopefully we'll be able to do. Ooh, tried so fast. Oh, okay, that was too much. But at least it's not blocked anymore. Alright, well, I'm gonna make a whole bunch and we'll see what happens. Ah, no. little inches here. Yep. I'm taking the approach that I'm just gonna stick it together as best as I can, and then, damn it, darn it, and then go back over it with the filling in the gaps. I think that's maybe the best approach. And then it's okay that there's little gaps there. I'm going to be filling them. Oh. Yeah. Right. So it's back together. I'm not worrying about the little gap. I'm going to go back in and open them. Let that stop. Squeeze across. Later. But later, I mean in 5 minutes. Alright, yeah, because there's those gaps there. Oh, thank you for letting me know about my mic. Is that better? Is that better? Let me know when the mic is better or if it's still bad. Or is it weird because of the music? It might be weird because of the music. Okay, is that better? Let me know if that's better. I feel why did I do that? I shouldn't have touched it. That's it. These are the songs that I sing to myself to make myself feel better when I mess something up. I know I had it perfect. Why did I touch it? It's a life lesson for us all. Something's pretty good. Just leave it alone. Maybe not. Maybe I actually did better than before. You just have to see. This one I don't have to worry about being watertight or anything. We just use this for crafters. Alright. Now just let it sit. Let it alone. You kind of got it. If it's not perfect, that's kind of yeah. Alright, I'm gonna let that sit for a wee bit. Yeah, let's alright, while that's drying, why don't we do some trivia? I'll take this off because I need to pause and I need to distract myself. Otherwise, I'll keep touching this thing. And we all know that that's not a great idea, even though I'm doing it right now. I just want that little piece to seal up. But you know what? That's fine if it doesn't. I'm going to make it worse if I keep fiddling with it. So just leave it alone. You'll fix all those little gaps later, and they'll look cool for your waiting. Yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan. Leave it alone, Shoshi. Leave it alone. All right, I'm even going to take the crafting camera off. We're going to fill it in later. We're going to do some, don't overwork it. Exactly. We're going to do some trivia. Let's find that other trivia card that I found because I was like, I know we want to do dos trivias. All right. The cards are sticking to my hand because I don't really want to take let's see, where did that let's see. I will find that. Okay. Let's find We already read that one. Let's see. Where did you go? My little card. All right. Yeah. This one sounds good. All right. Trivia. Oh, wait. Let me change that to the correct banner. There we go. Because we do things around here rightly and properly. All right. Trivia. What perilous... No, we did this one. Darn it. Okay, 1 second. Let me find it. We did that one. Okay, this one's interesting. All right. People and places. What wine is the Portuguese town of Estreito de Camara de Lobos famed for? What wine? I don't know if they mean specifically like, is it a red wine or a white wine? Or do they mean more specifically like, is it a Blarty Flug from Blarty Blog? What wine is the Portuguese town of Estreito de Camara de Lobos famed for? Could be like a type of wine, like it's not a champagne. A Portuguese wine. What's a Portuguese wine? I don't know. Does anyone know what a Portuguese wine is? I think it's like a type of wine, like either a sparkling wine or a champagne or a maybe like a Pinot Noir or yeah. Oh, is Madeira Portuguese? That might be it. Have some Madeira, my dear. Yeah, Madeira is a good guess. I forgot about Madeira. All right, arts and entertainment. What talk show host, while handing out canned hams to audience members, often noted, "It ain't ham unless it's a big ass ham"? I I don't know, but I like the idea of a talk show host handing out canned hams. Yeah, unless it's a big ass ham. I feel like that's like a. I feel like that might be like a Letterman thing. Sounds like a Letterman thing. Maybe Carson. Yeah, could be Leno. All good answers. All good answers. All possibles. We'll find out. History. What budding world leader won a Leningrad judo championship in 1974? What budding world leader won a Leningrad judo championship in 1974? I'm guessing it's a Rush. Stalin? In 1974? 1974. And it's too early for Putin. Gorbachev? Budding world leader. I don't know. Good question. Judo championship in 1974. Ha 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 ha. But tell us how you really feel. All right. Science and nature. What European automaker curiously hyped its Strada with the slogan "Hand built by robots"? Hand built by robots. European automaker hyped its Strada. Who does the Strada? Is that BMW? Fiat? I don't know who does the Strada. We'll find out. Yeah, that's my guess. Victorian London Fog, maybe BMW? Sounds like a Strada. Strada sounds sort of Italian, so maybe it's like, I don't know. Yeah, it's Italian, so maybe it's an Italian car maker. But you never know, because like car names are wild. Sports and leisure. Leisure. Yeah. I don't know if there's a lower end Italian. I don't know. I don't know cars. Sports and leisure. What pro sports 2002 season ended when the Baltimore Bayhawks blitzed the Long Island Lizards before a crowd of 5,596 people? Very small. Pro sports season ended. Baltimore Bayhawks, the Long Island Lizards. So like indoor football, soccer, basketball. Yeah, they're not extreme enough to be in the XFL. You're right. Bayhawks and the Lizards before a very small crowd. What sport? Yeah. Yeah, so maybe it is the XFL? Yeah, like arena. Yeah, maybe. It's not a terrible guess. Some kind of like weird arena football. Rugby? Rugby? Could be rugby. Short-lived rugby pro tournament. All right, last question. Oh, this is a good question for us. Wild card. What compact tool is said to have been invented by 17th century knife maker Jacques Delige? What compact tool is said to have been invented by 17th century knife maker Jacques Delige? Yeah, like a folding knife or a Swiss Army knife. Yeah, that sounds right. Jacques Delige. Yeah, that sounds like the right answer to that. All right, let's find out. Answers. What will they be? Answers. Let's see. What wine is the Portuguese town of Estreito de Camara de Lobos famed for? It is Madeira. Madeira. Nice job. Arts and entertainment. What talk show host, while handing out canned hams to audience members, often noted an 8 ham unless it's a big ass ham? It was David Letterman. I had a feeling. I could just like hear his voice saying big ass ham in my head. And what budding world leader won a Leningrad judo championship in 1974? It was Putin. I thought that would be too early for Putin, but it's not. Must have been little teenager Putin. And is it really true, or is that just what he says? I don't know. Yeah, I think he is. I think Putin's in his 60s, maybe? I mean, he was like a kid when he won that judo championship. I don't think it was an adult judo championship. And science and nature. What European automaker curiously hyped its Strada with the slogan "hand built by robots"? Fiat. I was right. It was Fiat. Fiat. I guess that's like a lower end. Fiat's Italian, right? I think so. Fiat. Sports and leisure. What pro sports 2002 season ended when the Baltimore Bayhawks blitzed the Long Island Lizards before a crowd of 5,596? Lacrosse. Lacrosse. Lacrosse Lizards. Lacrosse. And the last question, wildcard. What compact tool is said to have been invented by 17th century knife maker Jacques Delige? The jackknife. The jackknife. So we were all, oh, that makes sense. His name is Jack. Jackknife. What is a jackknife? Is that like a folding knife? Just like a one-blade folding knife? A jackknife. My Jacques Delige knife. Yeah, I feel like 17th century might be a little too early for the Swiss Army knife. Jacques knife. Yeah. All right. Good job, everybody. All right, so we have a tiny bit more time. This still needs some time to come together. And I think I'm going to end the show a little early just because I got to go pick up that thing. And this needs a little more time to set. So I'm going to leave that alone. I might work on it next week, or I might finish it up and I'll show you the finished product. But this was great. This was a lovely lovely day for crafting. We got some stuff done. I'll try and work on it some more. We'll see what happens. Lovely to see you all, as always. We'll see you again soon. next week. Everything's wonderful, and a goodbye.